Hello, and welcome to my character intro series, where I give you a quick intro to the main cast of MECHFIA, Season 0. We'll start with our main protagonist, Lily Helterson. Konnizu, Ivrababa Dupa! Lily is the daughter of David Helterson in Zone 13, and the best weaver in her zone. Arguably the best in all of Zona, as we'll see later in the season. The swelling on her skin is due to the cheap quality of lotion that 13s use to protect themselves from the sun. And 13s don't have underwear either, so I just slapped on something basic to keep from getting flagged. Here's Lily in her signature Zone 13 look. I'll go more into design details later, but the important thing to note is her red headscarf. This is what all 13 women in their first marriage wear. Even though Lily is 18 and should definitely be in her final marriage at this point. So, why isn't she? Well, Lily's mother, Lillian, died giving birth to her, from complications that could have been avoided had she not been all alone. In Mabu-Suba, a tragedy like this will upset the spirits and turn Lillian's spirit vengeful. Because of this, Lily is viewed as cursed, bringing misfortune to everyone around her. That, combined with how possessive David is of his daughter-wife, is why Lily can't find her final partner. But the majority of Season 0 doesn't take place in Zone 13. It takes place in Zone 11, the enemy zone of Zone 13, and where Lily ends up after fleeing the society. As you can see, 11s dress much differently. Compared to the scorching hot desert-like biome of Zone 13, Zone 11 isn't as hot, and it's super windy. The outfits are also more complicated with extra layers, so Lily needs more help getting dressed than she would in Zone 13. Lily starts off very quiet and submissive, always deferring to her father husband. And this isn't just a cultural thing. David was very abusive to her throughout her childhood, since he would rather blame her for Lillian's death than his own actions leading to it. Plus, Lily is on the autism spectrum. So what that means for her is that she often struggles to articulate what she's thinking and feeling, and she can get overwhelmed and end up saying nothing. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I have any scenes of her going nonverbal in Season 0 scripted out, but Season 0 is only 7 episodes. So there's a lot I'll have to save for future seasons. Once Lily is in Zone 11, more of her defiance and ignorance starts to show. As a 13, she was taught not to trust outsiders, and definitely not 11s. I won't spoil her entire character arc, but when Lily is finally away from David and is forced to start thinking for herself, she starts to grow as a person and develop her own identity. Towards the end of the series, she becomes he as Lily transitions to Logan. But since Season 0 is like a prologue to the main story, this doesn't happen until the second to last episode. And speaking of transitioning, it is important to note that Lily is intersex, even though there is no word for that in Zone 13. She specifically has what we would call complete androgen insensitivity syndrome, or CAIS. In her case, Lily doesn't have ovaries or fallopian tubes, making her completely infertile. Given how much pressure there is on women to give birth in Zone 13, this is just one reason why Lily doesn't align with how her culture views womanhood, and why she chooses to identify as male once she finds out that's an option. Lily's primary colors are blue, green, and red. Each one comes with their own symbolism. Red is not only a religious symbol for Suba, but it's associated with David and ties Lily to him. You'll notice how there is no red in her Zone 11 design. Blue and green are colors of the old world. The sky is no longer blue in MECHFIA, and grass no longer exists. All life on Earth, except for humans, was eradicated during the Submersion. So for Lily, these colors represent her desire to learn more about a past that the society has been keeping secret from her and every 13. Like most 13s, Lily keeps a finger prick tucked behind her ear. This is so she can draw blood whenever she needs to cleanse, Subian style. You can also see her synctate here, embedded in the back of her neck. Everyone except bodies wears their synctate like this. Bodies are legally required to wear them in their sternum or abdomen for easier identification and for charging. In Zone 13, Lily's favorite food is roasted lavazu, which is the main S link of Zone 13. But because of her food sensitivities, Lily eats them plain, and with the sauce cooked into the inside, not poured on top. She can only handle sauces and jams if they're inside something. In Zone 11, Lily really enjoys taikons. They're like jelly-filled donuts, but more like biscuits in texture and taste. They're the closest thing she has to roasted lavazu, so naturally they're her favorite. Now, design details. There's a lot of them. Zone 13 is the smallest zone, and it doesn't get as many resources as Zone 11, so you can see the differences in quality just by looking at their outfits. Lily's 13 dress has simple patterns woven into it, and they have this imperfect touch to them, since I didn't use any line tools or copy and paste. Compare that to the 11 patterns, which have less variation and are way more intricate. There's also a distinct difference in shapes. 13s use more triangles and squares, whereas 11s are all about those circles and waves. And naturally they would be, since Mabu-Efu worships water as a goddess. There's even numerical symbolism. Notice how the 13 outfit is split into 2 halves symmetrically? 2 is an important number to Subians because they believe in only 2 genders, male and female. For Efubians, 3 is the magic number because water has 3 states of matter. And you'll always see the line in the center be colored blue to show the true state of water as a liquid compared to solid and gas. But what are these 6 beads that she has? These are sky beads, and they are exclusively owned by members of the MECHFIA. The number of beads that you have denotes what your position is. So 3 beads means you're an associate. 6 means you're under the MECHFIA's protection, so like a friend, family member, or partner. 7 means you're a successor, so like the oldest heir. And 10 means you're a MECHFIA boss, like David. So even though David hasn't told Lily about the MECHFIA at all, he still made sure she got her sky beads to keep her safe, which actually does help her out in the second episode. Alright, well, that's it for this intro. If you have any questions, feel free to join the MECHFIA Discord. We have a channel specifically for questions, along with the even more complicated Zone 11 design that I ended up scrapping. Thanks for watching!